it's like possible when you do the grease one, like he's not going to get caught. So I feel like that's like a little cheekier.
Yeah.
The aim one is like bananas,
dude.
I don't know. Maybe I have like more of a sensitivity to that because I didn't have siblings or something. But that's just like I would be so mad at you if you like for that.
Well, Tom, I'll tell you, he was pretty fucking mad at me. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
So he was pretty mad at me. All right. Welcome to Divorce with Friends, the podcast that reminds you to never stop telling your story, Tom, because you might just find out that Fraggle Rock Fonzarelli was the hero the whole time and you, in fact, were the no-dick bozo. I am Bobby Vito, and joined as always is my friend, my colleague, my partner, Tom. Tom, how the hell are you?
I'm doing really well. That was wild. I texted you about that after
I got a lot of shit from that.
That, like, it was incredible that you went into that story thinking that guy was going to be, like, the loser, was going to take a big L in that story. That was crazy.
I was talking with the Golden Pipes Mike afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, can you believe Tom took that take? And he's like, yeah, actually, I can. He does sound pretty cool. You made him sound fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you know, in hindsight, as they say,
yes.
Hindsight is 20/20. And is 20/20 vision even good anymore? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Like
There's
LASIK?
different. Yeah, I'm not
LASIK,
sure. I should
like,
know how.
You could have like, yeah, you have apnea and fucking cornea.
Yeah, that's true. I have the palsy of a muscle in my eye.
If anybody has any listeners out there have not driven with Tom, let me tell you what it's like. He sits. He's in the driver's seat, obviously, and his head is sort of like crooked to the side.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know, is he trying to see something in front of him that he can't really see? And it's the way that your muscles work. Explain that.
I see double. I see double a lot. Like right now, literally, I see double. There's like a solid version of everything in the room, and then sort of it's hard to describe, but like almost like a lighter, second version that's off to the side.
Which one's better looking?
The main version.
The main
the
version.
real deal is the most handsome version. Yeah, you get that Expos hats.
I know. Well, yeah, and my Dalmatian Oxenet.
Yeah.
We reached out to Oxenet and they were like, yeah, we love it. So
Nice.
keep it coming.
I love it.
So we're episode 22. So as I mentioned the last time we recorded, which was in May, that we hit 21, which was a big benchmark, and then we disappeared. So you're probably like, they're full of shit. This episode so far is Delay City, and we're back. So a lot of stuff been going on with me. But Tom, what's up with you?
Not a lot. Transition into summer. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But nothing too exciting. How about you? What are you doing?
Tom, let me tell you, the last month has been wild. So I think I let people know the last episode that I was heading to trial on June 5th at the 11th hour, I'd say. So even up until the 5th, we still had to show up to the Marlborough courthouse. But even up until then, we didn't have a firm agreement, what they call a separation agreement. Mm-hmm. But we hammered it out. So instead of spending $50,000 on trial, we hammered it out.
That's good.
Which was good. But then remember my friend, that guy I know?
Yes.
So that guy I know, he got his kids extended period of time for a little bit over the May. He loved it. He loved everything about it, but it made it really hard for him to do things that weren't just the kids.
Yeah.
So you can imagine.
Now you have kind of a balance and he has
a
set schedule.
Yeah. This guy I know.
Good.
It wasn't me. It was this guy I know. So I was helping him out.
Okay.
And I just didn't have time for the podcast, but it didn't mean I didn't miss you because it was your birthday.
It was my birthday. Yeah.
43.
You
look great.
Super old. Thank you.
We are old.
Mid-40s, despite what some will tell you.
I think you're in your last year, your early 40s, though.
I don't know.
Unless it's 40.
I mean, technically, but if we're being honest, like...
You might be right, because is mid then 3, 4, and 5?
Well, no, it would be 3, kind of, right?
Kind of.
Yeah,
but I
that's
get
fair.
0, 1, 2, 3, though.
I'll just take, but it's kind of like, as a dude, you don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know one dude who would do that.
It's a weird move.
I know one dude.
If you do that, you're a weird person, I would say.
I gotta say,
I'll just do mid. I'll go mid.
I know one dude who would do that. He vehemently disagrees about that stuff.
Signing character, I would say.
So the separation agreement was agreed to on the 5th, but that doesn't actually mean I'm legally divorced. So the legal part takes 90 days. And that's it. So
we're separated with friends.
For
90 more days.
Yeah, but there's other big news on the horizon. So as many of you know, as episode 22 is upon us, we record in the Mills in an awesome place. You see the videos online. But we're moving studios.
Oh.
Because Vito, the big dog, got a house.
Exciting news. Congrats.
Thank you. Bought a house.
Too,
it's a stepping stone. It'll be, as I'm still paying alimony out the ass for the next 5 years, it'll be a stepping stone, but this is the plan.
That's great.
We're going to get through the plan, and the kids are super excited. They each get their own room, 3-bed, 2.5 baths. I get my own bathroom. There's a common bathroom downstairs. They have their own bathroom too. So we're good to go.
Great news.
Great news.
Exciting times.
This will be, I did the math, this will be the 6th place that I brought Sadie to, which is like, because
wow, that's pretty great.
Got her in Watertown, moved to Billerica, moved to Tingsboro, moved to my aunt's house, moved to there, moved in there. So 6 places for Sadie. She's been a trooper the whole time. When you get a dog, you don't think about that. You know, like how many places am I going to drag your ass around?
I feel like they adapt really quickly, but who knows, right? Yeah.
Well, so when I first moved here, when I would leave her for like not even an extended period of time because I work from home.
Yeah.
But if I'd go to the gym or something, I'd get complaints about her barking.
Yeah.
But it's like, you've heard her. It's not barking when she's like that. It's like whining.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she'll do there, but we'll, you know what? Hopefully that's her.
You won't get complaints because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's my own place.
It's your own place.
So fuck them. I'll be as loud as I want. That's right. So that's where I've been up to. So where can you find Tom and I? You can find Tom and I at divorcewithfriends@gmail.com, on Instagram at divorcewithfriends, Twitter, divorcewfpod. Tom, do we even update Twitter?
No,
but fuck them. We do it anyway. We say it because you know why? Just get there. So last time we spoke, Tom was doing a Gilmore Girls update rewatch, and because I was hanging with my buddy, the guy I know, Tom. Before we get into that, I'm going to talk about a show that you love because I started a rewatch and I finished it.
Wow, you finished the whole show?
The whole thing.
Wow.
I was doing probably 7 episodes a day.
Do you do it as like background while you're doing work and stuff, or
some of them I were, but not like the big ones. So
I do that a lot. If it's a show you've already seen,
I have seen it. Yeah,
I find that to be really good back because it's almost like a podcast. You're listening to it more
exactly.
Than you're watching,
Well,
right?
there's like subcontext that I wanted to do. So the show we're talking about is The Sopranos.
Yes.
So I did not watch it when it was on with you in Toronto, Rob.
Right.
I did watch the finale, but it was like lost on me.
Yeah, sure.
So I didn't watch it then. I did subsequently watch it after I loved it. But in a rewatch setting like I had, where it was very condensed because it was over like a 2-week period, and there's 5 seasons. And I think the last season, I can't remember all of them, but the 5th season for sure had 21 episodes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they split that season.
They did it as a 2-part.
They did, okay, yeah, because it was a long season. Yeah. So doing that, I noticed that there was a lot of kind of repeatable storylines in the binge atmosphere. You see a lot of repeatable things.
Yeah.
So ultimately, my takeaways, and just I'm going to see if you agree. So I think in the end, Tony's kind of the villain.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I mean over Phil, over Johnny Sack.
I think that you get that. So this is an interesting, like, having watched the show episodically.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't even remember when I jumped in, but I was in pretty early and I watched it like every week, right? And I was like excited to see it every week. And then I also binge watched it. The binge watch, because he's so charismatic, right? And that's kind of the point.
I don't get how he fucks all those chicks, though. It confuses the shit out of me.
Confidence, Bobby. You know that.
I guess, but like and by the way, this is not a knock at Gandolfini, because remember that episode where he's dead and he's like, his name is Kevin Heffernan?
Yeah.
And he actually talks like Gandolfini does?
Yeah.
So you see the difference, obviously.
Yeah, well, Gandolfini, if you see, like, they did this as The Sopranos came out, right? Like, so Gandolfini was like a really good-looking younger guy, right? Like, if you see pictures of him when he was
The story
younger.
is that he was up for Jack in Titanic.
Right. Well, and is that true?
That's the story.
Funny. I haven't heard that. Yeah, but he's a really good-looking guy. And then he did an interview once where I saw him. He was like, yeah, people made Tony Soprano like a sex symbol, right? And it wasn't just like on the show, right? Like people watching the show, like made, Gandolfini almost a sex symbol. And he's like, I thought that was funny because he's just a fat guy who likes to fuck. That was his quote.
He does. I just imagine that he's got like a hammer or something like that, because even towards the end, I mean, every woman, the Mercedes dealer, any of the, the real estate agent who is with Christopher at some point, the girl that he goes to see in Vegas because of Christopher, they're all like 10s. They're
10s, but they have a certain...
The middle girl, the Christopher one, was a heroin addict.
Yeah, they all have like their kind of,
But the reason I bring it up is that he's the villain, and that's not like groundbreaking news. But the reason I say that is he's sort of like, I guess, the original anti-hero in our contemporary media.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them. He was in that like wave of like Don Draper.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like Breaking Bad, I think, came a little bit after that.
But yeah. Because like if you like imagine if they redid The Sopranos from Johnny Sack's point of view. Yeah. Where like remember he kills was it Sal? No, who does he kill? He kills his cousin. Yeah. Because of the joke. Not his cousin. He kills what's his name? He was in La Bamba. He's got the bad toupee. He married Tony's sister for a hot minute. Or he's dating Tony's sister.
Which one? Cifaretto?
Yeah, Cifaretto. Yeah. So he wants him dead because of the joke about his wife. Yeah. So like Johnny Sack's actually not a bad guy, because up until Carmine dies, where do you think little Carmine's going to take it over? Johnny Sack actually should have been like the head of that family.
Right.
So it's like, what would the Sopranos look like if it was the Sacramonis, or if it was, from Phil's point of view, the Leotardos?
Like if they did the show as like New York?
Yeah.
Centered? Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you be like, oh, these Jersey guys just fucking bozos blowing heroin all the time? Like Paulie, I have one of my notes. Is Paulie gay? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that he's gay. But he did go, he was the original one who went nuts over Vito. And you don't really see him with a chick or a guma past season 2.
There are a couple of vignettes where, right, he has like he's got like a black woman he's dating.
Yeah.
And then he has like, there is like one.
Actually, I was gonna ask you.
The like very good year, like montage I think he's in. Yeah.
The last season they did this thing where they sort of highlighted, I don't know if it was like a callback or they were just, they brought up things that were, I would say, problematic for Tony's character.
Yeah.
In certain episodes. So like his drinking became a problem in one episode. His gambling became a problem in another episode. So he borrows money from Hesh.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, Hesh is like young Guma, his young black Guma.
Yeah.
Winds up dead in bed with him.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He owed Hesh a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I always wondered, did he kill his Guma?
No, I don't think so.
She's randomly died?
Yeah, I think she just died.
Okay, so
I
she
think
died.
so, but I could be wrong.
So another couple things I know. So basically the themes that get repetitive, right? So somebody in the crew screws over somebody else in the crew, usually Paulie on somebody or Sal on somebody or whatever, or Sil, and then they go to Tony to fix it.
Yeah.
So that's always like a subplot of an episode, and it always gets fixed. And it's like you kind of understand the idea that like that's when Johnny Sack got his cancer, was when when all the weight of the world was on his shoulders, right?
Right.
All that shit happened. Tony tries to be a better person from whatever reason, cheats on Carmela. He's mean to AJ. He's rude to Meadow. Whatever. He reverts back to exactly who he was like pretty quickly. Even when he like remember that arc where he's trying to fuck Melfi.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm coming here to show you I'm a good guy. She's like, I don't think it's a good idea. He's like, fuck you, you cunt. Like within like 2 seconds, and it just shows like what type of like sociopath he is.
Yeah, he's a sociopath.
And the other thing is, I kind of feel bad for Christopher. So I forgot as I was doing the rewatch, we're getting close to the end, and if a podcast about a show that's not even about a show spoils this X amount of years later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go fuck yourself. But I forgot how Christopher died until that scene when they're driving in the escalator or whatever.
Yeah.
And the car accident happens and he chokes Christopher out.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for Christopher,
right?
Because there were obviously he's like an addict and he blames it on his dad, which Tony wants no part of, right?
Yeah.
But at certain points of the show, Tony would be like, "It's good that you're doing this. Like I'm proud of you. Like you're doing it for your family. You're doing it for you. It's good." And then he'd make fun of him for not drinking.
Oh yeah,
right?
He did that to him all the time.
And Christopher went like back and forth to the point where like I feel like in a weird way, Tony killing him was the best thing for Christopher because it would have ended worse.
Yeah, well, Christopher gets like manipulated and mistreated a lot. But those guys, that's a point, right? Like those guys are all kind of sociopaths, and Tony's like the king sociopath, and he's like just like the most selfish person, right? And like I think you see more of like the wild scumbag stuff he does when you watch it, when you binge watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like all happening right after another, as opposed to like if you just watch like episodically, he's very charming and charismatic, right? So you're just like, and there are times when he does stuff that looks like he's being nice, but then like eventually you find out there was a selfishness underneath it, like you're saying with the Melfi thing, right? Like whenever he's nice to somebody, there's some other motive, right? He's not like ever being like, kind or actually empathetic. He's always being selfish.
I think it's like most, I think the truest thing that he ever said was after Christopher died when he was talking to Melfi, and he talks to her about how relieved he is that he's gone and that he feels that he has to put on a show in front of other people because they're sad.
Yeah.
And because he doesn't feel what they feel, that makes him feel bad and that makes him hate them. And I thought that was like the realest thing that he said in the entire show.
Yeah, and it is, you can see it in the things that they get super mad about. Like they like in the intervention, you mentioned like you texted about like what a crazy scene the intervention is for Christopher's intervention. And the funny thing is like all the stuff that Christopher's done and all the ways he's fucked people over and everything, they're like super mad that he sat on the dog, right? And that's the thing that like kind of like turns Tony up, like yeah,
you're right. He's like, you sat on the dog.
It's like you killed that fucking dog. Were you an animal?
Yeah, Tony's got a weird thing with animals too. In that whole
horse
show.
And,
But the last thing I'll say is there's that controversy over the last episode, and did Tony die? I do think he did. I think that was the point.
I think Chase has kind of said that he did.
Yeah, and I rewatched that last scene in the diner that has the the famous Journey song in the back. And
so what was your take? Yeah, did you've obviously heard something about it, right? Over the years,
it started with just people being upset with the ending,
Yes.
right? Because this was 2008, I think, or 2007.
Yeah.
So when I say the internet was new, it still kind of was. Like, you didn't know where to go to get spoilers. You didn't know where to go to kind of get like the inside track.
Right.
So I think subsequently it went from like anger to then breaking off into subsets of like, they wanted to show you like how like that scene is super anxiety inducing.
Right.
Even with Meadow, which is funny, she's going to be a doctor or lawyer. She fucking can't parallel park her car. I'm like,
Yeah.
get out of here, yo. That's why there's lady doctors and lady lawyers. No, I'm kidding. But you know, even that scene where that happens and you think like, oh, is someone going to whack her on the way in? Even though they're pretty clear that you don't go after families, you never know. And then every time the door opens, that bell on the door, and he looks up, and that was panned to him.
Yeah.
But then there was the guy in the members only jacket.
Yeah.
Who looked like, and then they show him going into the bathroom,
Right.
and he's the only person that they followed till the end. Everybody else, like the guy with the
Yeah.
hat, who sat in the corner, like they kind of left him alone. But that guy, and then I remember that Bobby Baklava scene where he's like, I think when it ends, it just goes black.
Yeah.
And I think about that because in fact they teased that in the episode before when Bobby dies.
Yep.
So that happens. I think people online were like still divided. Like they just want you to know he's going to live in sort of paranoia the rest of his life, which sort of makes sense. But then the more I kind of watched it and I think I binged it, I think it's pretty clear that someone came out of the bathroom and shot him.
So you had seen people talk about it online.
Yeah.
And then did you like it, hate it, indifferent? Like what was your
So because I watched the last episode with you guys,
Yeah.
it was like
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
it was like a TV landmark, so you knew you had to do it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the 6 Feet Under ending. I know you didn't see that, but if you watch that show, and I love that show, if you watch 6 Feet Under all the way through, you appreciate the ending so much more. If you just watch the ending, obviously, even though it's a landmark show, it doesn't hit you as hard. Even though like that moment, even just watching the scene at Beach Street, where it's like, you know, we had all the lights out and that, you know, the good TV and the audio's great, and you felt like the emotion of it.
Yeah.
I sort of was like, it's just an ending, right? Like I didn't sort of understand like outside of the cultural impact, I didn't get it. So I think watching it the first time, I finally hit that point of like, oh, I see where there's confusion.
One of the things that was particularly upsetting for people about the ending was that at the time, people thought like if you watched it live, people who were watching it live thought like their cable went out.
True.
Or there was something fucked up with because it went totally black and it didn't do the like HBO logo or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember thinking that. I don't know if you have better memory than me for these things, but I don't remember if anybody was like, "Oh my God, is the cable fucked up?" I think we just thought like, "Oh, that was it."
I think because it was longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It was dark for a while. I don't think anybody thought the cable went out.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of like, what happened? Like, is there another scene coming up?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what's
And I
happening
think there
next?
was a lot of that where it was like, oh, what is this? Is that actually the end? And again, I think some people thought the cable went out. I remember at the time, like I wasn't even like that nervous for them going into that scene. I didn't really think that they were gonna kill him. And then now I think Chase has said like that they killed him basically.
They killed him.
Chase has effectively said
Because he was about to be indicted too. Like,
Yeah.
his lawyer in the scene before said it was like an 80% chance that he's going to be indicted.
Yeah, and I thought they might have just ended it. Like they might have just been like, "Hey, you figure it out," you know.
But
yeah.
Chase said they
I'm pretty sure
somebody
Chase
killed him.
has said that. Yeah,
I think it makes sense if you go back and watch it. Like
Yeah.
the guy, it's obviously there's a bunch of people in the restaurant they want you to be suspicious.
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
But the guy with the members only jacket fits the narrative of the people they're getting from Italy to come over and whack Phil.
Right.
Though
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one plot there's a ton of like Toronto Rob loves to talk about the Pine Barrens and episodes like that don't go anywhere
Yeah.
or that they never have any sort of relevance. The biggest plot hole in the last season was they get these guys over from Italy to whack Phil, and they whack the wrong guy, so it starts
Right.
off the war kind of before
Yeah,
they were ready.
Yeah.
Because they followed him to what they thought was his Guma's house.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just follow Phil from his actual house? And
Yeah,
then,
I don't know. Yeah.
whatever. But
That's
either way,
plot. Yeah.
either way, great show, all-time show.
Yeah, great show.
But yeah, those are sort of my takeaways. Did you disagree with anything I said?
No, I think that all makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I think the ending is interesting. It's like I feel like people liked, I think, right, like the Breaking Bad ending.
Yeah.
But most endings of shows people don't like, and a thing I've heard a couple of people say now that I think people do is they don't watch the last episode
Ever.
of a show that they like, so that it never really ended,
Oh, that's actually interesting.
so that it's always there for them.
Well, I remember you were coming over and watching Game of Thrones, which I didn't like, but I watched it with you. What did you
Yes.
think of that ending?
I hated that ending. I hated the ending. So I was a book reader. So I read the books so that I could say I'm a book reader and look down on the people who just watch the TV show
Fucking losers.
and judge them. Yeah, a bunch of losers. So that I could do in conversations like these, I could be like, well, I read the books.
Yeah, yeah.
And what happens in the books is right. So I didn't like that. I felt like I actually thought Stranger Things was a little bit like this too.
I thought that ending sucked.
Yeah, I felt like the showrunners were like, okay, let's just get this over with. Yeah. We have all this plot left, and let's just run through it in these episodes. And it's like they didn't fit the episodes and the pacing to what the plot should be. They were just like, we have 8 episodes or 6 episodes or whatever we have left. Let's just dump all the plot in those episodes, and like however it fits, it fits.
Yeah.
You know, and even if we run out of episodes, like, because there was like, there's spots where it's not enough plot, there's spots where it's too much plot, and there's too much going on. And like, it felt really rushed to me, the Game of Thrones ending. And I don't think Martin liked.
Well, they passed his source material like 2 seasons ago, so I feel like he was like winging a prayer at that point.
Yeah.
But either way, so you're doing a rewatch of a show that I don't watch. So tell me what's up there.
Kind of a semi-rewatch because I don't think I've ever seen all the episodes. But what I have.
Where are we in the Gilmore Girls saga?
So I'm pretty far in the rewatch. But what I have, you like to build these games, right? Mm-hmm. Where I have to. So I've created a Gilmore Girls game for you.
Oh shit.
Okay. So now we're not going to do trivia because you haven't seen the Gilmore.
I haven't seen the show.
But what I'm going to do, so one of the most hotly contested parts of Gilmore Girls, right? So Lorelai Gilmore is the mom, right? And Rory Gilmore is the daughter. Okay. So who they date, right? And like sort of like who's the better or worse boyfriends is something that's hotly debated online. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you two of Rory Gilmore's suitors. Okay. And power moves that they had.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me who's smoother. Who's the smoother suitor?
Okay.
And this is going to help settle like an age-old Gilmore Girls fan debate of Jess versus Logan. Okay.
His name is Jess.
Well, one's name is Jess. And one's name is Logan.
Like if I was going to call a girl named Jessica Jess, that's what you're saying?
You might want to go easy with that with Jess when you find out a little bit more about Jess.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about that.
I'm going to slow my roll in Jess.
We don't want to repeat it last week where you're like, you know what I mean, throwing your shit around. That's true. Find out
I'm the
fucking guy's actually the cool.
I'm the fucking Logan here.
Yeah. Wow, Logan's pretty cool too. You don't want to be Dean. Dean's the guy you kind of don't want to be. Okay. Well, I don't know, although he's a fan favorite too. Anyway, okay. So quick backstory. I'm going to tell you the power move.
Okay.
And then you're going to rate you can rate the power move, and then you're going to pick a winner.
Okay.
All right. So the quick backstory here. So Rory starts the show, and she's dating Dean. And Dean's a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's a little bit of a wine bag. He's a little like jealous, but generally like very nice to Rory.
Okay.
But we got a little bit of a complication, Bobby, because while Rory's dating Dean, Jess comes to town.
Okay.
Jess is a fucking bad boy. Okay. Jess comes into town from New York. You know why Jess comes to town? Because Jess's mom can't handle him.
He's that wild.
She sent him to live with his uncle. Okay, his uncle Luke, who
sounds very Dawson's Creek, like Jen's so wild in New York. They send her to Cape Cod.
listen to where bad boy this guy comes. He comes into town. He goes to the supermarket.
Yeah,
and you think like, oh, he's probably getting groceries, right?
Yeah, that's what I would. No. Cigarettes, cartons of cigarettes.
He steals the money out of the charity jar, Bobby.
Here, come on. Ooh.
He's not fucking around. Okay, that's one move. He does like graffiti on the sidewalk.
No shit.
He steals one of the neighbor's gnomes.
I mean,
Babette has like a gnome that she loves. He takes it, and you know what? Luke right away is like, I know who did this, right? Like this is a Jess move, stealing a gnome. Okay,
Luke's get Jess pegged from day one.
Luke has a lot of trouble with Jess because Luke's never had a kid of his own. He's just doing his best.
Yeah.
And it's a complication because Luke and Lorelai have a thing, and Rory's Lorelai's kid. So Rory's with Dean, right? And in Stars Hollow, they do a lot of like quirky events. Yeah. So one of the quirky events they do is they have a picnic basket auction, right? So it's like, oh, everybody bids on a picnic basket, but there's a twist. Whoever made the picnic basket, if you win the auction, you'd go to lunch with them and eat the things in the picnic basket.
And tell them how good they are?
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
So Rory submitted a picnic basket.
Okay.
So Rory's with Dean at this time, yeah? So Dean goes in and he's like cock of the walk. He's like, I'm gonna win this picnic basket from my best gal.
And he knows it.
And then we're gonna go out to lunch. It's gonna be adorable, right?
Yeah.
So he starts bidding, but guess what?
Fucking Jess
not so fast.
Jess has got all that stolen charity money.
Comes over the top and takes his stolen charity money and he outbids Dean.
Wow.
And he wins the basket. Okay. So that's part of the power move. Now, Jess is a bad boy.
Yeah.
But underneath the bad boy exterior, he's a big reader.
Like you.
And he likes like the same music as Rory. And you know what Rory is?
What is he?
Big reader.
Okay.
And Dean's a fucking dummy. So this is a problem for Dean. So Jess now, so it's a big thing. Dean's like, oh, I don't want you going with Jess. He's bad news.
He's just like, I know the rules.
Like, look, he won the raffle.
Rules are rules.
Yeah, he won the auction. You know what I mean? Like, what can I do? So they go out to lunch. And then they start to, Jess is like talking about books, talking about music. They're hitting it off. And this is Jess's power move. Ready? He pauses in the middle of this, like, right? Peak, like, chemistry connection. He goes, so what do you talk to Dean about? Wow, because he knows Dean's a fucking dummy. Rory can't answer, just stammering. Well, we talk about lots of but. Like half an episode later, Rory's together with Jess. Power move.
Jess brought a cuck chair for Dean.
Yeah,
he wasn't even there.
Pretty good power move. Okay, so that's Jess. Wow. All right.
Okay.
So that's power move number 1.
Okay.
Power move number 2. Now, tell me if any of this sounds familiar. Rory gets to Yale. Okay. So now Jess and
that doesn't sound familiar to me, but yeah.
No, well, okay. So now Jess and Dean are out of the picture. They're old news, okay? So now Rory's at Yale. She meets a guy named Marty. Marty's a nice guy, but he's poor. I don't know how he's at Yale, but he's poor. He's at Yale.
Yeah.
So Marty's like her buddy, but she's not that interested in Marty. You know who she is interested in?
No.
Logan.
Oh, Logan, okay.
Logan, kind of a bad boy. A different kind of bad boy, though, because Logan is super rich.
At Yale.
His dad owns like all the newspapers.
He's in the Skulls, whatever, secret societies.
Yeah, he's in it. Oh, that's good. That's gonna be the whole power move. Wow, look at you.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I swear I never.
You probably already watched the series. Look at you, secret Gilmore Girls. Unbelievable.
I swear.
Wait till you hear the story. You're gonna be like, everybody listen to this.
George
like
Bush calls her.
Bobby has seen every Gilmore Girls episode. So Logan has like some of these bad boy stories too, but he like sunk a yacht. That's his bad boy story.
It's pretty bad boy.
It's a pretty bad boy, and Logan's a little bit of a playboy, right?
Okay.
So, but Rory kind of catches his eye. So Rory's on the school newspaper. Rory's doing a story about a Skull and Bones style secret society.
Okay.
Guess who's a member of that?
It's going to be Logan.
It's fucking Logan.
Yeah.
So Logan says to Rory, like, hey, I can help you out with that story.
You want some access?
Yeah.
I got access.
He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll take you to a secret event. Okay.
This
is called the Life and Death Brigade. So I'm going to take you to the Life and Death Brigade secret event. He says, but I got 3 conditions.
Okay.
1, no pictures. 2, no names. 3, you can't ruin any of the events. You got to like blend in and you can't wreck the event. She says, okay, deal. So then they get there and he says, okay, first of all, the first event, he's like, you got to give me your camera. You can't have your camera. She says, okay. She gives him the camera. He says, all right, the first event is black tie. Do you have like a fancy dress? She goes, no. He goes, look under the bed. She goes under the bed, big box, beautiful like ball gown.
Yeah.
I guess you know what Logan says? He goes, try it on. I'm pretty good with dress sizes. All right.
I mean, I'm wet.
Yeah. So obviously it fits perfect.
Yeah.
Bam, right? So then they go through the thing and they're doing all these like, rich person, like weird things, skeet shooting, shit like that.
Drinking baby's blood.
Exactly. Yeah, they have a blood boy, like the whole thing, right? So one of the things is you got to climb to the top of this tall structure and you have an umbrella because they're fucking fancy.
Yeah.
And then you jump off with the umbrella.
Mary Poppins style.
Yeah, Mary Poppins style. So Logan's like, all right, I'm going up. And he's like, listen, if you want to be a real reporter, like you got to get yourself inside the story. You should go with me. And she's like, no, I don't want to go. And then he says, listen, Rory, you're going to be alive for maybe like 100 years, but you're never going to have lived.
I mean, he right.
Says,
Logan's right.
You go up there with me right now, that'll be the first minute that you started living. That's his move, right? So he gets her to go up. So she's like, okay, I got to go up. So she goes up, they jump off, right? Now, last part of the power move, they get back. She had a great time. She's kind of liking Logan. Marty's old news. Marty's a loser. He's poor. So she's like, ooh, I kind of like this Logan. She gets back to her dorm room. There's a bag hanging. In the bag is the camera. Remember we said no pictures?
No pictures, yeah.
She looks at the camera. It's like old school, it's an old show. So she goes, flips on the camera, and there's all these pictures that he took of her at the event. Oh. And she's all happy, and it's like, oh, Logan was like watching me the whole event.
Okay, so all right, so here's what I think.
Yes.
I think Logan grew up to be MAGA. So I think we should put
well, so I'll tell you the like okay, I'll tell you more about them like because there's a postscript series, right? There's like a year in the life, which comes after the show.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so Logan is the Logan is the more attractive prospect based on where she is in life.
Yeah.
Right? Because he comes with money, security, probably comes with a lot of parent issues. I feel like parents are going to be very...
That's always a theme in Gilmore Girls. All the rich kids have like parent issues. Yeah.
They're going to look down on Rory, who didn't come from a lot. On the other side, Jess may have developed a heroin addiction in Stars Hollow. I don't know.
Okay.
He very much could have.
Okay.
But I think as far as power moves go, I like Jess's better.
All right.
Because he was able to use what he had in front of him to make the situation happen, as opposed to like use his influence and power.
Scrappy.
Like, like the other guy, it's like that whole idea of like, is Superman brave?
Right.
And you're like, well, he's handsome and he's tall and he's strong, but he's not brave, because if you can't get shot, you're not afraid of a gun, which doesn't make you brave, right?
Right.
You're brave if you can be shot and you get in front of a gun.
There you go.
So I think based on that logic, I think Jess is the bigger power move, because he used the tools that he had.
I like it. So yeah, Jess is a winner. Jess is the winner. I think like in the show, as a character, Logan is a little bit more like suave, but that's like the character, right? Yeah. I agree with you. I think the like, what do you and Dean talk about? That's a wild power.
No, he basically was like, and also I heard this. Dean has a micro penis.
Also, if you think about going into that situation, Jess is at a bigger disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because Rory's with a guy. He's a nice guy, right? Like, Jess doesn't give a fuck about that. You know, Jess doesn't care about your boyfriend. But, like, you know, and whereas Logan is, like, at Yale. He's a big shot. His parents are rich.
If
like,
it's not her, it's somebody else.
Yeah, and she's got to write the story about this thing anyway. So he's got, like, a lot of advantages in it. So I agree. I think that was a good one.
Oh, did I pass?
Yeah, you win. You won the game.
All right.
1 for 1. Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel good about that. We're going to have a game for you today. Exciting. We're going to have a fun game. But, Tom, let's get into some emails, okay?
All right, let's do it.
So the first email is actually from Mark on Instagram.
Okay.
And it says, the closet door is sticking. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, kind of an unusual question, but I want to get Tom's take.
Ooh.
My wife's friend recently got a boob job.
Okay.
When he told me, my only request was, don't tell my wife, at least for a while. This might sound strange, and if she hears about this, I'm never getting those front steps fixed or that roof reshingled. Am I being selfish, or worse, am I a closeted gay man? That's from Mark on Instagram. What is the answer to that question?
Wait, say again. Who's Mark's?
Mark's friend's wife.
Mark's
friend's wife got
a friend. His friend's wife got
big fake cans. Okay. He says, that's great. Don't tell my wife, right?
Oh, he doesn't want Mark to tell his wife.
Mark doesn't want this person and his wife to tell Mark's wife.
Oh.
Because Mark's like, look, I got to get my steps redone. I got to get my roof reshingled. She's going to be on my case about getting her own fake cans.
Oh.
So the question is, am I selfish, or worse, a closeted gay man?
Oh. Both probably. Wow. I think that's I think like who gives a shit about your roof, dude? Like, take it easy.
I think he should just if his wife wants fake cans.
Yeah,
I think he should say go get them.
Yeah, put that at the top of the list.
That's better than the roof. They'll keep you warm.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably a gay man too.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just like he's very short sighted.
I'll tell you who Mark is from Instagram off air, but I think you can figure it out.
Yeah,
that's a true story.
Just let
Mark,
it fly.
You hear that? Fuck your front steps.
Yeah.
Take the back.
Yeah, let it fly.
Stop being a fucking.
You'll be fine.
Stop being a homo.
Let's fix the roof. You know, is it leaking? It's not leaking.
I don't know, but I feel like there's a motto. It's like fake cans last forever or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good motto.
So there you go. So sorry, Mark, you're a closeted gay man. All right, Tom. Email 2 is entitled Office Romance. What do you got?
Wow. Okay. So I have found myself in what I believe is the 7th circle of office hell. I still work with my ex. When we were dating, everyone said we were the cute office couple. We had a celebrity couple's nickname, had lunch together, carpooled, and finished each other's sentences during meetings. Now we finish each other's eye rolls. Oh no. Apparently, let's just be friends translates into let's pretend we don't exist unless Deb from HR is within earshot. Every day feels like an Olympic event in avoiding awkward encounters. I time my coffee breaks with military precision. If I see my ex heading toward the break room, I'll suddenly decide I don't need coffee after all. I've become so good at changing directions that my smartwatch thinks I'm training for a marathon. The worst part? We still have to work on projects together. Nothing says professional collaboration quite like hearing, can you send me the spreadsheet? from someone who still has vacation photos of us on their phone. Our coworkers are no help. Half of them act like they're watching a reality TV show. The other half keep asking if we're back together yet. Every time, I mean, that's so shitty. Every time we're seen talking for longer than 30 seconds. That's like the breakup equivalent of like, oh, you guys gonna have a baby?
I know.
When are you guys getting married?
It's pretty
like,
bad.
Oh, maybe we can't have a baby. Like, how about you shut the fuck up?
We're trying.
Like, calm down. No, Susan, we were discussing the quarterly budget, not renewing our vows. So what's the proper office etiquette here? Do I continue pretending they're just another coworker? Should I transfer to another department? Or do I fake my own promotion and move to a branch office 3 states away? Mostly, I'd just like to make it through one staff meeting without someone saying, this is awkward, while looking directly at us. Any advice would be appreciated. Signed, Sincerely Fucked on Gmail.
All right, so this is anonymous on Gmail. So I can tell you as someone who was a serial office dater.
Yes, you are.
I've only broken up with one person at the office while I was dating them. I was a serial office dater, but actually broke up while I was there. It was awkward. It was sort of the same things. People weren't asking if we were getting back together, but it was always like, oh, is he or she seeing someone else in the office?
Yeah,
it was always kind of
yeah,
that thing. That's awkward in and of itself. I think the advice would be one of you has to leave. Like there's no way around it. Like when it happened with me, I was sort of mentally checked out of that place anyway. Mm-hmm. But it was the catalyst to be like get my ass in gear and sort of make that next move to get out. And I did. I went to the Boston Globe from Intercom, and that sort of started my career in digital, which had its own ups and downs, but relationship wise. But I think. And I took my own advice when I went to the Globe, like, don't date anybody here. Yeah. And then as soon as I get to owner IQ, I'm like, fuck that. That guy sucks. Like, fucking fuck who you want.
Yeah.
And look at me now. So I think, obviously, number one, if you can avoid it, do it. And afterwards, unless it's like amicable, where like, which I can't even see. I feel like there's no amicable breakup. Somebody was telling me like they were sitting in court, and you have like when you have a hearing. Maybe you've never been to a hearing, but like let's say I have a hearing. You hear every other hearing that's before you. You're just there. They're strangers. So I don't know anybody's name or anything. But I heard somebody tell me that they went in and they're there for their hearing, and a couple goes in front of them, and it's like they're both standing at the same table. They don't have lawyers, and they're just like, yeah, we're getting divorced, and we're really happy for the other person, and this is going to be great for them and for us. We're really just happy. And then they kiss at the end, and they walk away. Yeah. And these people are like, fuck you, you fucking losers. And I totally get that because I've never seen like an amicable breakup.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do think it depends on like how. I mean, they're saying like they went on vacations together and stuff. It's like how like. If you're getting divorced and you have kids, that's a lot different than like we dated for 3 months, right? Like, I think the extent of the relationship is important, and then it's kind of like how you feel about it. Like, honestly, like I think people have kind of short memories about that stuff if you don't play into it, right? Like if you both are just fine in front of people and are normal in front of people, it'll be awkward for a while and eventually it goes away.
Yeah.
But if you guys are awkward, then everybody's going to be like, oh, isn't it awkward? And people are just going to gossip about it, right?
Well, I feel like if you're in a place where they're comfortable enough with you to see you talking to her and be like, oh, you and Deborah are getting back together. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that is where you probably need to start making new routes, because whoever it was anonymous on Gmail, I think. You're obviously, it's bothering you enough.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? It's like, that you might not be able to do it, right? Like if you can't do it, then maybe you do need to leave, right? Like that's kind of
that's what I'm saying. And like I think when I left, like I said, I was already checked out. I wasn't making a ton of money, and I felt like it was the right time in my career. But I also believe in like serendipity. Yeah. Like I remember when I went to the Globe, it was like I'm sitting there being like, I don't want to do radio anymore. What can I do? And I was already doing like digital over there, but it was like poor man's digital because it was radio they didn't know. And my sister, of all people, sent me a monster.com link to this ad ops job at the Globe. Yeah. And I thought like she was able to, like it's sort of that expression, you can't see the forest from the trees. So I'm thinking, what can I do next in radio? And she heard what I do now. And she's like, what about this? And I thought, oh yeah. Yeah. And I got in, I got the job. And I think I kind of took all those as like the universe, not in a weird way, but it's like, there's signs and there's signals of things that you should be doing or whatever. Yeah. And I think that was sort of my catalyst.
But I think the flip side to that would be like if you love this job, and you feel kind of in your gut, like this is the right job for me and I should stay here, but I don't want to because I'm like avoiding this person, then you might want to just do that work and figure out like, why does this bother me so much? How do I get over that?
Yeah.
So that I can stay in the thing that's actually the right thing for me to do. So I think it depends on.
All right. So maybe
depends on how
don't
you're
quit your
dealing
job
with
yet.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume that you're not dealing
how
with
much
it
you
well.
like it. But if you hate the job and you're a basket case, then yeah, maybe you should just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the thing I want to stress more than anything is stop dating people you fucking work with.
Yeah, that's probably not a good.
I'll never do it again.
2026 is probably tougher, I guess.
Well, it's tough. I feel like once Me Too happened, dating someone in the office becomes all my tricks would be out the window. Like I'd be so fucked.
I don't think you want to say that.
No, maybe I'll delete that. Maybe I won't.
Yeah, you want to rephrase that one.
So moving on.
Email 3. Yeah.
Email 3. So this one's called By the Power of Grayskull, okay? So, hey guys, I need to know if my marriage is in trouble or if this just happens after 25 years together.
Okay.
Last weekend, my husband announced we're going to the movies. I get excited. Maybe it's a romantic comedy, maybe a mystery, maybe literally anything that doesn't involve men with 8-packs fighting over magic jewelry.
Oh, no.
Nope. He bought tickets to the new He-Man movie, which I saw, by the way, so we can talk about that after, right? He was more excited than children on Christmas morning, and as soon as the music started, he leaned over and whispered, "This is my childhood." Well, apparently, his childhood involved shirtless bodybuilders, talking tigers, evil skeletons, and fake enough muscles to make even bodybuilding competitions look understated. For 2 hours, it's actually more than 2 hours, I think it's like 2.5. For 2 hours, I sat there while my husband nodded approvingly. At one point, he actually whispered, "This is so much better than the cartoon." "Sir, you are 47. When the movie ended, he turned to me with tears in his eyes and said, "Wasn't that awesome?" I panicked and said, "Sure." Now he thinks I'm interested in the entire He-Man universe. Yesterday, he ordered action figures for the display shelf. This morning, I caught him pricing replicas of the Power Sword. How do I gently explain that I supported him because I love him, not because I suddenly want to spend every Saturday debating the merits of Skeletor's plan for Eternia? Laurie on Hotmail. So I saw the movie. Did you see it?
No.
Did you watch He-Man as a kid?
I did, yes.
Okay. At first I'm like, this is campy. I don't know if they know it is. And then towards the end, by the middle of the end, you're like, I know exactly what they're doing. They make fun of the fact that he calls himself He-Man. Like, how did they come up with that? Like all the guys, like the guy with the big fist, his name is Fisto in the show, and He-Man tells Fisto, he's like, "Your name's Fisto," because he gets sent to Earth and he comes back. And he's like offended that that's what he fucking called him. He had no idea. There's callbacks to the original Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren's in the movie.
Of course,
but it was actually like a fun ride.
Well, they always go like full fan service with those things.
Yeah.
Like,
because this was the first time, because I think the 80s movie with Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella, it missed the mark so bad.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the cool things they did, there was this villain in that original movie that had like white hair, and he had like spikes on his hands.
Yeah.
And he was made up for that movie specifically, which is part of like when you look back of why it was so panned, because they took villains that weren't even in the universe to make this thing happen. But they put him in this one too. So
that's funny. Yeah.
But it was a good movie. Like I was gonna take my kids to it last weekend on Father's Day, but we saw Toy Story 5 instead, which is better for them. I feel like maybe my older one would have appreciated this, but like it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Like my younger one would have been out of his mind. But as far as Laurie goes, he's a nerd. Give him kind of slack.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. You probably have, as long as he's like, right, reciprocating with things that you're interested in, then like let him have, right? It's like if he's nerding out on this and he doesn't want to hear anything about whatever it is that you're nerding out on, then that's fair, like, right?
Yeah, and by the way, there's worse things to nerd out at. I would actually argue that Star Wars is a worse habit to nerd out at.
Oh, my son's getting into Star Wars.
Dude, that's a money pit.
There's so many fucking Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Like 10,000 hours of Star Wars. Yeah, he's been like grinding, and he has all these like, he's coming up with all these like original hot takes about every movie and trilogy and everything. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be one of those comic book guys?
Totally.
Well, actually.
Yeah. Well, these kids, the funny thing is like kids are much better at hot takes. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the evolution of like athletes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like kids now are incredible at hot takes because they watch TikTok all day.
Yeah.
And TikTok is all like, 10-second hot takes.
It's
right?
very true.
So kids are just like, oh, I saw this movie. Boom, 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 boom. Here are my like 5 hot takes, like I don't stand a chance. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you just have to kind of take it.
Seem fine.
But either way, Laurie, I like the He-Man movie. I mean, I did try to get my kids the action figures a few years ago, which didn't go well. I mean,
my kids watched the cartoon a little bit when they were little. Yeah.
One of the things they did in the movie that I thought was really funny was, do you remember how they all laughed?
No.
They all would put their hands on their hips and arch their back. They did that in the movie.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And someone's like, why do they laugh?
Yeah, right.
But like, you're like, as a kid, you're like, that's just what they do.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah,
That's
well, and also like, like He-Man. It's like, why is he called He-Man?
Yeah, he's like, he wanted to show like masculinity, but he understood how fucking gay it sounded.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, we got one more email. This is from, actually, I wrote Jill on Gmail, but I don't think it is. You can tell me who it's from at the end, but it's kids asking about divorce. What do you got on that?
Vito and Tom. I have been divorced from my children's mother for about 10 years now. When they were younger, it was pretty easy to work around the question of why we get divorced, mainly because they never really asked. For example, when they were 4 and 7, the questions were more like, why don't you live with mama? Or do you still love mama? However, at 14 and 17, the real questions start. Why don't you live with mama has turned into, why did you guys get divorced? Whose idea was it? Why aren't you friends? Etc. I've done a pretty good job shielding them over the years, but I feel like we're getting to the point where I need to explain the situation a little more. Any thoughts on how to be truthful and honest about what happened without doing the one thing I've worked so hard at over the last 10 years, not telling them that their mother is a really long time.
Who wrote that? I wrote Jill, but
Eric
on Gmail. Yeah. Eric, okay, I'm sorry.
Really
Eric can relate. So I've always taken sort of Tom's cues on it, like, they'll figure it out, they'll whatever, right? Funny fucking story. So my oldest is 8 now. So him and his friends are all talking about crushes.
Yeah.
So I think his definition of a crush is just a girl that you are gonna marry, or
Okay.
I shouldn't say just a girl you're gonna marry. I think it's like a girl you're gonna marry.
Yeah.
By the way, he talks about it. So he asked me the other day with the 5-year-old. He's like, "Do you have any crushes?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "No, buddy, I don't have any crushes. Like, dad's focusing on you guys, and we're getting that house and whatever." And he's like, "Well, didn't you have a crush on mama?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And then the younger one goes, "Remember the old house we lived in?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, before mama broke up with you." And I look at him, I'm like, and I'm thinking all of a sudden in my fucking
Before mama dumped your ass.
no shit. And like before I register in my mind that he's 5, I'm like, what did she fucking? Is that what she fucking said?
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, listen.
That what she fucking said? Like
mutual.
Like she fucking said that she broke up with me. I don't know. Like, let me tell you something. That's not true. But I had to caution myself. So Eric's email about like how do I go about that later? Because I don't know. I mean I know why I think I know why we get divorced, but I couldn't tell you why she hates me or doesn't talk to me. So, those type of questions like, why aren't you friends? Like, how honest would you be? Because this idea of like, I'm gonna give you sort of, you're gonna figure it out yourself, make your own opinions, or I can tell you my version of it and perhaps like warp your mind. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. I mean, you always have to be careful, right? Because it's like the thing to keep in mind is always like, the parent is half of the kid. So anything you say negative about the other person, that sticks with the kid, right?
Yeah.
And they sometimes internalize that and think like, oh, if you like are telling them that person is bad, they think like, oh, I'm bad, maybe, right? So you gotta be super careful of that. I think it's like if you have a working relationship with the other parent, and can like head it off and have a conversation with them, like, hey, how should we talk about this?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's always a good idea, so that you have a consistent story, so that like both people get to have input. And obviously, like, you don't want to get super granular, I think, because it's like not productive for the kind of for the reasons I'm talking about. Because it's like you're mad at them, they're mad at you. Whatever you each say individually is not going to like make the kid feel better about themselves, probably, right? So it's like you go like to a place, and you also like don't want the kid to feel negative about marriage or relationship.
Yeah, because if you said like we get divorced because of you, if you tell them the truth. Before you guys came, we just fucked all the time. We went out for dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to explain something to you. Like, kids create a lot of financial stress. And that's why mommy and daddies get divorced.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. That's like, I think you would just, and then you come up with like the explanation that's like, again, right? Like something that's not negative about relationships or marriage generally, but is kind of like, right? Like we had these like differences and, mommy and I care about each other and we get along and we're, whatever, we work well together to be like co-parents for you, but we didn't work well together as husband and wife and in the same house. So it was better for us and better for you guys that we have a separate relationship. And, that's kind of.
So your situation's a little bit different where you guys get back together. How did you broach that?
They were older then, so it was a little easier. Yeah,
that's true.
So,
that's true.
Same idea. You just have a conversation about it. Right?
Yeah, I guess with Eric, it's like I can see where it's like it was easy for a while, and now the questions are coming. Like it's funny when he's like, "Mama, before Mama broke up with you," like that's kind of funny. And obviously, really I made a joke. I didn't take offense to it, but I was like, I just kind of like, "Would she fucking tell you that, dude? Like, come on."
I have one. I'll tell you one, and so this is kind of funny. Like my son was dating a girl. He told me that they broke up, right? It was like, not like a super serious, like, it was like a young, whatever, a couple months. They call each other and don't really talk to each other, that kind of thing. But like he goes, and I was like, oh, that's too bad. I'm really sorry. Like, I'm like, how are you feeling about it? And he's like, well, she took it pretty well. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I broke up with her. I was like, really? You broke up with her? And he was so mad at me because he's like, why is that surprising? Like, why did you expect that she would have broken up with me? I was like, that's a fair point. And I was like, well, no, I was extrapolating from my own experience where most of the time when I was in high school, if something ended, it was like the other person's decision.
What Dad just did to you was called projecting.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm so sorry.
But it was funny because I didn't even really think about it. I was like the little kid in that situation. I didn't really think about it. I was just like, oh, that's a bummer. She dumped you. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, why?
Jeez, Dad.
Why are you so shocked that
You fucking asshole. So yeah, it sounds like Eric's going to have his hands cut out. I guess like be honest in the most way that you can without giving your opinion. Right. I feel like facts are facts. Like those are fine. People will find those out anyway. Yeah. But if you're like, yeah, Mama's a real bitch for these reasons, like it's probably not going to end well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Tom, guess what we're about to do?
Oof, what?
We're about to yell at some clouds.
Uh-oh.
Tom's in his 40s, stuck in his ways. Hates all the new stars, lost in the haze. Christopher Nolan, Papa Torres a joke. Toronto of just another woke folk. Tom yells at clouds, shaking his fist. Screaming, LeBron's not the GOAT on my list. Michael Jordan's the king, that's his creed. While the world moves on, Tom plants his seed.
Abort.
What?
This is a terrible idea. I'm not. Abort. Terrible idea. Terrible idea.
All right, Thomas, it is time to yell at some clouds. Tom Yells at Clouds, brought to us by our partners at Prisco Dildos. So, Tom, what do you got today?
All right, so it's summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as the calendar turns in New England,
yeah,
you can't do a lot of road work in the winter. So all the suburban road work gets dumped in the summer, Bobby.
What am I doing right now? I'm rolling my eyes.
Let me tell you what drives me fucking crazy is suburban road work. So let me explain to you what's going on near my fucking house. I don't know what's going on with the pipes. I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there are massive pipes above ground that they are running in front of everybody's houses. Okay, so the pipe goes in front of the house. They're doing something with the other fucking pipe. I don't fucking know what. And then they're also doing, because like they're doing something with the pipe, there's like road work at the entrance and exit to where you get to my house. Okay. So the only ways like in and out are blocked with like this detour that says like, hey, you can come in if you're in the neighborhood. But then the guy stops you and is like, where do you live? And I'm like, same fucking place I lived yesterday, my guy. Right. And then the fucking pipes are these giant pipes that are on top of the driveway. So to allow the people who have these in front of their driveway to drive over them, they put a bunch of crushed stone over the pipe. So that crushed stone is now like a hill that goes halfway into the fucking road.
Yeah.
And then there's two cars that don't really fit in the road anyway. So now everybody has to stop and let people drive around the fucking crushed stone. And also my kid is learning to drive. So every day he's learning, he's got his permit. So he's driving out and I'm having a heart attack figuring out like if he's going to stop or if he's going too fast or whatever the fuck. And I'll tell you, my oldest was very cautious, not cautious, this one. So I got all this I'm dealing with, right?
Yeah.
And then this is one of the things that drives me nuts about this. So the crossing guard, I'm sure these are fine people, right? There's like a lot of old guys, retired cops, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
These crossing guards with the road work, they need to have better training for these guys. I don't understand. So if I'm far away, right, and you do something with your hand, like right in front of your shirt, I can't really tell what you're doing. Right.
Well, do you ever notice if a cop or crossing guard from far away, you can't tell if they're when they move their hand back and forth. Are you moving forth and back or back and forth?
And I'm signaling like they put their hand like right in front of their shirt, which is like a different color, so I can't really see what's going on with your hand. And they go like this, and it's like I don't know that you know that you just waved me towards you. I don't know if you're doing a quick stop or a quick like this, right? So then because I'm a responsible driver, I'm going slow.
They don't even
I'm being
considering
cautious.
your palsy.
They don't care. So I get up close and then I'm like looking at them for some kind of signal and they're like, come on. Like I already signaled, like they're like, I'm the asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I couldn't see it. Put your hand out and like signal like this, like a bunch of times, like I'm coming or right. It's stopped or it's like, I'm continually going. It's not that hard.
And depending on where you are, in Westford, it happens a lot. I see it. You either get a cop who's just on detail, right?
Right.
Or it's somebody from like, let's say it's a tree service and they didn't want to pay for the cop. It's just this fucking bozo who just works for the tree service. He's just like, all right, calm down.
And he's just, they're completely annoyed that you exist and that you're driving through there and it's a pain in their ass. And I'll tell you whose fault this is?
My ex-wife.
Maybe. But you know who else's fault this is?
Who?
The fucking scientists again. Why do we not have a better process than putting these fucking pipes in front of, like, over people's driveways and doing yard work, like road work?
When you said that, I thought they were going to be burying the pipes, but I can imagine.
Yeah, how come we don't do that? And how come we don't? I thought Elon was going to have like hyper tunnels that go underneath, and then you would have a hyper tunnel, and you'd have the road. And you know what? When a road's broken, go in the hyper tunnel.
I know you were early.
Go in the road.
You were an early adopter of Elon.
Yeah.
But as we age and we see more shit, don't you think he's full of shit?
Well, I mean, he's gonna make like $10 trillion with 8 different companies. But yeah, like how can we not solve that? We got people like the scientists, right? Yeah. Who, by the way, very suspicious fantasy baseball went over me this week. So people like. At the end of the week, I was winning. The next day, there was a stat correction. The commissioner of that league is my enemy, Toronto Rob.
Yeah.
You guys can do the math. But anyway, the scientist is too busy doing whatever he does. I don't know. I think he tests, things on puppies or something. Yeah. I'm not sure what he's doing. But he's not solving this problem. That's what I'll say.
No, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, construction on the summer is a pain in the ass because, like, they do it in Westford Center. Like, when you come off 495, you take a right here. Right when you get to the end, where Muffins on Main is in the center, they from 9 to 3 every morning on the summers. They're doing construction there, so you can't go up Pine Street. If I want to go around to the highway, I have to drive all the way to like Market Basket.
It's mad.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It is super annoying. But yeah, Tom, I agree. Those are some those are some clouds that deserve to be yelled at.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you. And that was Tom Is a Clouds, brought to us by Prisco Dildos. We'll have a spot for them coming up. Okay, so I think, Tom, we're almost hitting like the 1 hour mark. So we're gonna cut story time with Bob Vito down a little bit. Ooh. Instead of 3 stories, maybe we'll do 1 or 2. Okay. But we'll see what happens, all right?
All right.
I tune my guitar to a broken heart's key. Pull up a stool and take a long look at me. I wore my best shirt with a mustard stain, trying to dance in a hurricane. Met a lady named Clara at the 5 and dime. I checked my watch and I lost my mind. I told her she looked like a dream I once had. Then I realized the dream was actually quite bad. Oh, it is story time, Bobby Vito again, where the finish line moves before I begin. I shave carpet and ask you the time. Searching for a story, no reason, no rhyme. If I am losing, then I am losing with a smirk. I guess Vito might be a jerk.
That's right, Tom. Vito might be a jerk. So I think last week's story of Fraggle Rock Fonzarelli
getting mogged crazy
was like, hey, maybe I'm not the hero in these stories. So I'll tell you some stories. So people are always, my younger brother. I'm the middle. I have a younger brother. Yeah. He's a tall gentleman.
Yes,
he's tall. He's like 6'3",
super tall.
And we grew up sharing a room, and think we fought probably as much as any brothers can fight until I left, and then I told that story about my dad's balls and us fighting and all that stuff. But there's a couple fights that
one in the archives.
Exactly. There's a couple fights that he and I got in that were completely my fault.
Sure.
And I'll just share those because sometimes I am a jerk.
Yeah.
But they're kind of funny. So the first one is called Grease 1978, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. Okay. So why is the story called that? I can tell you exactly why. So when I graduated high school in 2000, I went to the Art Institute for 2 years, and we never got winter break. We got 1 week off between Christmas and New Year's, but like in college, you get like the whole month of January off.
You didn't get that.
We never got that. So what was happening was we'd go, September to Christmas like everybody else did, but then instead of starting in February or late January, like most colleges, we went back the week of the first year of the month. So we were done for the year on let's say April 20th or 18th, somewhere in that window. Sure. And I remember Ringland, who lived in Billerica at the time, him and I, we still to this day, even Swaz, our friend, we love the Wonder Years. Did you watch the Wonder Years? I know we talked about Kevin Arnold being a dick.
Yeah, I saw some of it. I did not have your guys' passion for it though.
I think it's because that was a show that was it was on Wednesday nights, I think, on ABC, and my mom worked Wednesday nights and my dad used to work late sometimes. So my aunt would watch us, and the Wonder Years would be the last show we could watch before bed because mom was coming home or whatever.
Sure.
And I think I related to it in the sense that he was around my age, even though the story's in the 60s, right? But he's around my age, kind of going through whatever would be transferable. Sure. Yeah. And if I'd watch it with my aunt or my parents, whatever, they could relate to that time. So it was it was okay that you were up sort of late. So we loved the Wonder Years. So when I remember the 2 summers that I was at that college when we got out in April, the Wonder Years would be on I think it was PAX TV or whatever shitty station it was, and they would have enough time to do 2 episodes a day. Mm-hmm. And they would do the series twice throughout the whole summer. Mm-hmm. So it started around April. So in the mornings, Mike would come over and we'd watch 2 episodes of the Wonder Years or whatever it was, maybe 4 episodes. Maybe they did a 2-hour block, and then we'd play wiffle ball in my backyard for hours. Yeah. We'd go to D'Angelo's and get subs, and then we'd work at Market Basket. It was the best. Mm-hmm. It was there's nothing better in your life than having nothing to do and knowing that $100 a week from Market Basket was way more than you ever needed in life. So I remember this one day, Kevin, my brother Kevin, it's fine to say his name. So he's sitting next to us on the couch watching the Wonder Years with my mom, and I was just being a dick. I was being a fucking dick. So the Wonder Years ended, and we were gonna go play wiffle ball, and Kevin had a treasure chest of porn in his room. And I fucking knew that Kevin's favorite porn was labeled as Grease 1978, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, because he didn't want anyone to find it. So if he left it out by accident,
you just called it porn, people would see it.
Yeah, if someone's he's Debbie Does Dallas, he'd be like, you get that from my dad, be like, you stole that from me. Yeah. But if it says Grease, everyone's like, I'm not gonna watch that. So I don't know why it happened or how it came up, but I remember saying to Kevin, hey, maybe we should go get Grease, 1978, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. And he fucking knew exactly what I meant. And at that time, I think I was probably 18 or 19 because it was my first summer out of college. Yeah. He stood up off the couch. We're all sitting on the couch. And he stands up off the couch and he just starts hammering me on the top of the head to the point where the Dalmatian, the one that I told you in the story where she shits on the floor. She gets up and she starts biting because she's kind of confused, and she would always do this thing where she would bite the person getting beat.
Oh, really?
So not only did I have to push her,
we're
a team here. We're in this together, right? So while he's hammering me and I'm trying not to get punched in the face by this kid, the dog is biting my shins. Yeah. I look back at Tom, that was kind of my fault.
Yeah. Why do you think you did that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Were you pissed at him about something? Or
probably not.
You just thought it was funny?
I thought it was funny because the room that we shared, he's getting older and starting to he wants his stuff on display. So he's got his Blink-182 posters and his periodic table of sex poster above his bed. Yeah. And I think I was just annoyed with him.
Yeah. You were just kind of fuck this guy.
I think I was fuck that guy. Yeah. And then there's another story. This one I call Talk Dirty to Me. And I think you might have been there at this party. This was at my parents' house in the summer of 08 or 09. We were living, maybe it was 07 or 06 or 07, because we were living in Windsor Village, but we had a party at my parents' house. And it was the party that, I think the party we did 2 days, and it was one where Kevin started wrestling with our friend Ed.
Okay.
And he threw Ed into my dad's grill, and
Yeah.
I didn't know about this. And they broke the lid off the grill.
Yeah.
But my brother kind of freaked out, and he put the grill back. And they found out this was like in August or something, but they found out in like November when he went to go grill something.
Put it away or something.
Yeah, like something happened. Yeah, I think he was going to put it away, and they realized the fucking top of the grill. But that party, I was so hammered. Everyone's trying to get Kevin to come down.
Yeah.
So like, Kevin, come down, but he's upstairs on AIM talking to his girlfriend, now his wife.
Watching Grease 1970.
Watching Grease probably. And we're like, Kevin, come down. So he finally comes down. And when he comes down, I'm like, I wander back up to the bedroom, and I see that he's talking to his now wife on AIM with his handle. I think his handle was like Loser Punk Kid or something.
Yeah.
And I see they're like fucking sexting, like 2000 style. So I fucking sit in for him.
No!
Yes. So I'm hammered, and I think this is fucking hilarious. Okay. I come downstairs and join the party, and Kevin's now kind of part of the party. So maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes and like goes by, and I forget about this because I've moved on. I've moved on. There's other things to do. He goes upstairs and sees what I've done, and he is so fucking pissed. He doesn't hammer me in the head like in that last story. He loads up a machine gun paintball machine gun, and he comes down in the kitchen and he just starts blasting me short range with this paintball gun.
Yeah.
And it was still funny. It's still funny that I fucking did it.
So
it's still funny, but that happened too.
So I'm an only child.
Yeah.
But I hear, so I had like max privacy as a kid. I hear that story and I'm like, prison. Like, you should go to jail for that's crazy to me. I would be like, that's crazy.
That was probably the craziest thing about that is like, I forgot that I did it. Like, I wasn't even afraid, like, oh, he's like, in my mind, it's like, it's not even like,
it was just like a funny.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not even like, oh, he'll think it's funny. He won't even care. I just forgot I did it.
That's crazy.
Like, I just did it. And then.
So I don't necessarily condone shooting people at short range with paintball guns.
Yeah, dude, he got me good.
I think that's one scenario where I'm justified. That's pretty crazy.
So I feel like telling those stories, right? So we're coming to the end of story time with Bobby Vito. I feel like telling you those stories is my recognition based on last week that sometimes I'm the fucking square. Sometimes it's me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Because I couldn't tell you why I brought up Grease, 1978, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, or why I did that. I just think at the time I thought it was funny.
Weirdly, like the Grease one, maybe I have like more of a sensitivity to that because I didn't have siblings or something. But that's just like, I would be so mad at you if you like for that.
Well, Tom, I'll tell you, he was pretty fucking mad at me. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
So he was pretty mad at me. All right, so before we get into our last segment, Tom, let's hear from our sponsor, Prisco Dildos. That is Prisco Dildos, NE.com. Go there right now. Their home molding kits are back in stock. Tom, have you got your home molding kit yet?
Absolutely.
It's great, right?
Yeah, fantastic.
Why don't you bring it over next time?
Oh, maybe I will.
Oh, don't threaten Tom with a good time.
Yeah.
All right, so Tom, we're going to get into Tom's mystery game Desire, and I think for the last couple, I've changed up the pace a little bit, right?
Sure.
But because it's June, so what is June, Tom? It's
Pride Month.
It's fucking Pride Month. So guess what's coming back? Mystery Game of Desire.
Gay porn.
Tom watches gay porn edition coming at you right now.
Tom walks in with a devil's grin, a bottle of Jack and a twisted spin. Gay porn's on, the stakes are high, but no one knows what's lurking nigh. Oh, Tom's mystery game of desire. that ass. Who cares? Let's hear that laugh.
Can
Yeah.
I feel like you put me in a position here. So like a classic thing is like when you say to somebody, don't be defensive.
Okay.
Right? There's kind of no good retort to that because if you answer it, then you're being defensive.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
So by saying Tom watches gay porn, I don't watch gay porn.
I know you don't watch it.
But
no.
now I'm in a position where like I seem homophobic if I'm like, whoa.
Well, it used to be called out of context gay porn.
Okay.
Which I think we can go back to for this one.
That's okay. You can say that. I don't mind. See
yeah.
that? I'm not defensive.
I think
you know what I mean? I'll watch gay porn. That's fine.
It's as far left as I think you are.
Yeah.
You're very open-minded because I feel like very far left that way. I feel like it gets a little weird territory.
Yeah.
I feel like you're the right mix where I don't give a shit, gay or straight, dude.
Yeah, I'll have gay sex. It's fine.
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
So this one will be sort of out of context gay porn. So instead of what I used to do is set you up with what happens next.
Yeah.
But in this one, I actually have specific questions. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So in honor of Gay Pride Month, as I said, we're bringing back out of context gay porn, Tom watches gay porn, whatever you want to call it. And the first one we're going to play is Buck Gets Dirty on the Docks. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about the setup before we play Buck Gets Dirty on the Docks.
Okay.
Right?
It's like a Springsteen gay porn.
It's very much like, it's very Americana, if you will, okay? So a random meeting between Buck and Pat at the docks proves to be not so random when Buck has some specific tasks in mind for Pat.
Wow. Boy, does
So the question becomes, as you listen to this, what hot action is Buck looking for, okay?
Okay.
The music's great, right?
Music, yeah. Sound effects, too. The water.
Usually when I come to the dock at night, there's no one else here.
I guess that's what's nice about it. Kind of dark, mysterious.
I think this is your lucky night. Maybe a good night for both of us. Hi, I'm Buck. Glad to meet you. I'm Matt.
I'm looking for some hot action.
All right, so he's looking for some hot action. What type of hot action is he looking for? That's Pat speaking, by the way. I'm sorry, it's Buck speaking right now.
I think Buck blowjob.
You think that's it?
Blowjob. Yep.
So I'm fucking buckle up, dude.
Tonight, I want to feel your lips around my cock.
You're right so far.
Okay.
Just the thought of it makes my dick bigger and harder. And then I want to stick my tongue up your ass. Yeah. I want to fuck your ass. Yeah. When I'm done, I want you to throw me down and fuck my ass too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's not enough, you can fuck me again.
Again?
Oh, yeah. My big dick. And then I want to stick my tongue up your ass. And I want you to feel it.
Tom is shocked about.
I think Buck needs to kind of get to the point here. Like it's a little, we got it, Buck. You know what I mean?
It sounds like my kid on vacation. It's like, first we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here,
like
and then
Buck,
we're gonna go here.
Buck needs an editor. You know what I mean? Like this is a little redundant.
I want to give you credit for that one, by the way, because
I get partial credit. I think that's a partial credit.
I think you get all credit because you said the first thing you said.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give that one to you, Tom. All right. So the second one is called Sam and Harold fight, but then they make up. Okay.
Oh.
So old wounds are open because something Sam did to Harold's sister.
That's not all that's open. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
So old wounds are open.
Butt cheeks. And old wounds.
I'm fucking crying. Okay. Old wounds are open because of something Sam did to Harold's sister. Oof. But don't worry, a peace offering is made. So as you listen to this, what did Sam do to Harold's sister, and what did he offer Harold in return?
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Why getting me back, huh? Well, that's right, you son of a bitch.
Who the hell are you? Sam, what's going on?
Hey, don't worry, honey. Why don't you get yourself in head and get cleaned up? You're pushing your luck a little too far, ain't you, Harold? Yeah, right. Like what you did to my little sister?
Ooh.
Like what you did to my little sister. Okay?
Okay.
What did he do to his little sister? And then what does he offer? What does Sam offer Harold in return for what he did to his little sister?
So I think Sam had sex with Harold's little sister.
Okay.
And he offers Harold anal.
Okay. So sex and then offers anal. Okay. Keep in mind, there's a woman in the room. Last chance.
Yeah, let's I'll go with my gut.
Hey, she was asking for it.
What the hell is he talking about, Sam?
Look, shut up and get your ass in here and get it cleaned up.
Oh, no.
He fucked my little sister in the ass.
Okay.
Did you, Sam?
Damn straight I did.
Did she like it?
Hey, what do you think?
Sam's a really good ass fucker. I'm sure he didn't mean her any harm.
Just came here to get even anyways. Oh, what the fuck? Gonna save me the trouble. Come again? Hell, she's only my wife.
Come on, it'd be like old times, Sam.
All right, so effectively, he offered his wife.
Oh, this guy gets to fuck his wife.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you get half credit on that one.
Yeah, that's a partial.
Okay. So the next one is called Who's the Boss? Okay. So the boss is not happy with Mike's performance, and he knows what's been the problem since day one. So what does he say is the problem since day one? You ready?
Okay.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm trying to run a business here. I cannot believe you were a United States Marine. Shut up when I'm talking to you. See, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. You're running your mouth so much you don't hear a damn thing.
Boss, will you please just let me get one word in?
No, I don't think I will. I know what your problem is, Mike. I've known since the first day you walked in here.
You don't know a fucking thing about me.
No, he doesn't know fucking shit.
You wouldn't want to make a bet.
All right, so you wouldn't want to make a bet on it. So what does he say the problem is?
I think the problem is wait, is Mike the one with the problem?
Mike, yeah, so the boss is not happy with the performance. And he's like, I know what your problem is. I know what it's been since day one.
Mike needs a strong cock.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Would you? You couldn't come to grips that you loved cock.
Bing.
You tried hiding the fact by joining the Marine Corps.
That's where they all hide. That's where they hide. You can't.
All that did was make you crave cock even more.
I heard that about the
number,
Marines.
boy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Tom, you're actually killing this.
I'm doing a lot better on this one. I think that might be an HR violation by the boss.
I think the boss probably did. He broke some codes.
I want to look into that.
I feel like that's a guy I would have hung out with back in the day. Fucking learned a thing or two. All right, so the last one is called financial ruin, okay? So Vinny goes to a financial advisor about his money problems.
Okay.
Let's just say the heart wants what he wants. So why does Vinny have financial problems?
Oh boy.
Strange Club, you gotta help me. I got a real problem. I'm elbow deep in my financial ruin. I'm at my wit's end.
All right, so he's at his wit's end. Why is he in this financial ruin? What's he doing with his money?
Too many gay prostitutes.
Are they doing anything specific?
Blowjobs. He's paying for a lot of blowjobs.
All right, let's hear. Is Vinny getting blowjobs from gay prostitutes?
I can't stop hiring boys to come over and fist me.
Ooh.
I'm losing all my money.
Curveball.
I'm about to get evicted from my apartment.
Well, this has been a serious case. I have seen you now, I think, 7 times.
It's like, if there isn't a fist inside me, I don't even know who I am.
Hey, Vinny can relate, okay? So that was out of context gay porn. Tom watched gay porn in honor of Gay Pride
Does
Month.
the I feel like the financial advisor might be does he oblige with a fist?
He does, actually. He's like, this one's for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, put this in my portfolio. Right? So he says to Vinny. So Tom, you did really well. I think
bad,
half of them, right? So, and I think if based on the other sort of games and
One of my better
variations,
showings,
it's definitely a better showing. So Tom, let's do what we do here, obligatory time check, about an hour and 18 minutes, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done this in
We had a
maybe
lot to
like
cover,
5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, we had a lot going on. So Tom, I did see a trailer for the Odyssey when I saw He-Man, but I know you're about to thank everybody that we love to thank. So Tom, talk to me about your thanks and your plugs.
So thanks. I have Bernthal. We obviously want to thank Bernthal. There was a story about him and his wife have been together like 15 years. And, he said the key to success is selflessness.
That's what he says? I mean, he's in so many movies coming up, too, because even He-Man, they did a trailer for the new Spider-Man. He's in that. He plays
he's in the new
Punisher.
Spider-Man's Punisher.
I didn't see him in the trailer for the Odyssey, though. He's in it, right?
He is in the Odyssey, yeah, but there's a lot of big names in the Odyssey because they're all get fucking roped into doing that dumb movie.
And he does that thing, too, where he puts in the same actors. Once he gets you in one movie.
Yeah.
Like Robert Pattinson's in the same thing. He's in it now.
Yeah.
All right, so any other besides Bernthal?
No thank you to Toronto Rob, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Toronto. I haven't seen her in a little while. But I guess I want to thank everybody for sticking around. You know, we took a few more extra weeks off. I'm really hoping that this is the last time that we have an extended hiatus because of situations. But I think we're probably in a cool down period where we probably will be good for the next one in a couple weeks. So as always, I would like to thank Dean Corsi for this absolute fire theme song. You can email Tom and I at divorcewithfriends@gmail.com. You can go to Twitter at DivorceWFPod, Instagram at DivorceWithFriends. Podbean will distribute this to all locations: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, iHeart. Like, subscribe, smash, fuck, review. I don't give a shit, but we'll see you in 2 weeks, Bear.
Bye-bye.